Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of What If Naruto got all of Kurama powers before Chunin exams. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And remember, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. And remember to go ahead and turn on that bell notification to stay posted so you can see exactly when I post, which is every day on each of my channels. So stick around and enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin the intro, guys. So the last spot we left off, both Naruto and Jiraiya were sparring, as Naruto pulled off a few techniques but he got rather tired quickly, as he was confused. It was then that Jiraiya informed him that was because of his water manipulation. It was hard for normal shinobis to use water manipulation. Judging by the fact that water was not his affinity yet, he was able to pull moisture from the air despite the water not being his affinity. That took a huge chunk of his chakra. But Naruto was still not that exhausted. That just goes to show how much chakra he possessed without the fox. Because he was not even using the fox chakra. The fox was no longer relying on his chakra to suppress it, so Naruto's full chakra was coming out, and it was not even at its peak yet. So with that, they brought him back to the village. As Naruto was surprised and the people called him Sama, like he was above them. It was because what he did for them. The bridge was named after him after all, as they all saw him as a hero. So with that, they got him some new clothing, not to mention me, left behind something for him. It was the holster for the blade. It would just attach to his back. He can wear the holster underneath his clothing, as he looked like a new man. 3 weeks passed as Harrison got the information regarding Kakashi, as the information was not what he expected regarding the children. So far, Team 7 shouldn't have been signed up for the exam. From what he saw, Kakashi barely taught him anything. Once Sasuke got the curse mark, he focused more on Sasuke, leaving the other two in the wing, even though Naruto was in the exam as well. When the time finally came, Jiraiya arrived first. As Harrison asked him where Naruto was, Jiraiya simply smirked. When time finally came, Naruto leaped right off the Hokage's tower, looking completely different. They were a bit confused judging by his clothing, as they didn't really understand. Sasuke was here as well, as he had made sure to arrive early because he wanted to question the dope about the power that he felt. That power was just so intense, and he wanted to know what it was. So he had made sure that Kakashi brought them early. As Naruto stepped face to face with Neji, Neji kept on going on about fate, as Naruto told him that he was just a coward. Only cowards believe in such things, which he did not. As they started to fight, everyone was shocked as Naruto literally sliced right through the rotation. Now that was surprising, breaking the Hyuga ultimate defense. The amount of chakra that he had on his hand as he punched right through it. It shocked the people as Naruto destabilized the chakra and blew Neji away. That just was not possible. He then proceeded to knock the absolute crap out of Neji, showing him that he stood no chance against him. Making his way up towards the boot, leaving the people shocked and surprised, Sasuke demanded to know about Naruto, as Naruto gripped him by the throat and slammed him into the wall and told him no more, as he was done with being the dope of Team 7, as he would not answer or tell him anything that regarding his secrets. That angered Sasuke, but he wanted to finish his match with Gaara quickly. But instead Gaara put him through the ringer and took him out rather quickly by just snapping his arm. Sasuke was utterly shocked, Gaara didn't want to fight him, he wanted to fight Naruto. But Sasuke couldn't believe what just happened. After all of his training, was that really all that he was capable of doing? It was just, he couldn't fathom was that all. As Naruto made his way down there, the people looking at him after the other matches went off, his name called to face off against Gaara. Gaara was smiling the entire time, a sick, sadistic smile, as he's been waiting for this. As the two of them stood there, as the match started, Naruto used the mist to hide himself. He then started to scare Gaara just like what Zabuza did all those time ago. As Naruto didn't move in after the mist was dissipated, he was fast as he slashed away at Gaara's neck before he jumped up in the air and brought his blade down towards Gaara's throat. That was the last part that we left off. You guys can go ahead and switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. Link will be down in the description, so yeah. Go ahead and enjoy, and without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode, guys? Naruto's blade was caught by Gaara's tail, as Gaara smirked and threw Naruto along with the blade as he smashed right into the wall. Naruto slowly picked himself up as he watched Gaara step towards him with that sick, sadistic smile. As Naruto noticed that he was going to transform, something that he couldn't allow, he reared his fist back and slammed it into the wall behind him. The thing exploded as Naruto ran through. "Uzumaki, don't you run from me," Gaara yelled as he chased after the blonde. Up in the Kage's boot, Kazekage don't know what is going on, said Hiruzen. His tone was neutral and calm, but that was rather fantastic. He still felt a chill up his spines after Naruto performed the technique. That was just something else. It appears like Gaara is embracing his inner demon, and your shinobi has led him away from the village, the Kazekage said. But Hiruzen was wondering why Orochimaru has not started the invasion just yet. "And if my shinobi cannot stop your son," Hiruzen said. Even if Naruto had improved greatly, he was still going up against a Biju, crazy genin. "Then I shall step in. Don't you worry, Hokage Dano. I won't let my son hurt any of your shinobi, other than the one fighting him," lied the Kazekage, because he was indeed the real Kazekage. Orochimaru wanted to do something some time ago, but he did not went through with it. But he was still there. But this man was indeed Gaara's father. "The kid is good, but I don't think it will be enough to stand up against an enraged Jinchuriki. If things go south, I'll be there to save my apprentice," said Jiraiya, as he took off along with Genma following the two boys up the Hokage's monument. "Go make sure he doesn't try anything until the fight is over. It would not look good for us if our best genin is defeated," the Kazekage stated. Orochimaru, on the other hand, was one of the masked guards behind the Kazekage, as he was there. He'd want to replace himself with the Kazekage, but he chose to take a different route and instead become one of his guards in the background. And that child has to die. Even if Gaara could not kill him, he'll be the one to deliver the final blow. And then he can finally start the invasion with Kakashi and the others. That was the single most frightening thing I ever experienced at Ino. With the mist and that voice, it chilled her to her bones. Why is he running away? He could have beaten him, questioned Kiba as he was still sweating from a demonic lullaby that the blonde had sing. "Please, if Sasuke-kun couldn't beat him, then Naruto Baka could not either," said Sakura, despite saying that her shoulders were shaking though, as she looked to be immensely afraid. "You're both wrong," Shikamaru said. "Naruto is not running. He's leading him away so innocent people won't get hurt. And Naruto is far stronger than Sasuke. When you look at the facts, you could see it quite simply. Even at the academy, Naruto never had anyone to train him. He's not from a clan background to know different information regarding different techniques, and yet he was still able to keep up with Sasuke. Thus you can imagine what will happen when he gets a real teacher. Thus he would see the fruit of his labor," said Shikamaru as he leaned back. "You're right. Sasuke was Rookie of the Year," Sakura said. "And who was it that managed to prank every teacher? Who was it that was able to escape envoys at 10 years old? Who was it that was able to pass almost every class even though the teachers let him sit out of the lessons for the smallest mistakes?" said Shikamaru, as everyone started to rethink about the blonde, but none more so than Sakura and Kakashi. That's right, Sakura thought. Naruto always had to sit in the hallway doing the important lessons or skip out on the physical classes because of his pranks. But then how was he able to improve? He's an orphan. Is he really talented enough that he taught himself everything? Sakura thought to herself. Kakashi, on the other hand, was in deep thought. He was held back, but the report said that he was given special training The best of the academy. Even I could not meet Jenny by myself. Kakashi thought to himself, as he was now feeling a rather sick way with himself, thinking about how he handled his team. I should have known. The second I started to teach him the same, Naruto started to catch up faster than humanly possible. I always just figured that the extra train he got at the academy was just shining through. Extra train that he never got, Kakashi thought as he glanced towards the Hokage's monument. And now he's fighting someone like Gaara, toe to toe. How could I be so foolish to think that he was talentless? Thought Kakashi. Up at the monument, Naruto had stopped using his blade. While he was getting used to it, it was still taking off a few seconds when he swinged it. His speed was being cut down a bit, so he started to infuse his fist with chakra, blowing off massive chunks of sand with each hook that he threw and each kick that he lashed out with. Gaara was thrown back as he crashed into the wall, but yet he was still smiling. You're strong, Uzumaki. I've never been injured before, and yet you managed to do it multiple times. However, that ends here. Now you die. Feigning sleep technique. Gaara fell limp as sand exploded upwards, forcing her to jump away. It was then two eyes cracked open and saw the world. Yes! Shikaku screamed. It's been so long. I'm finally free! As Naruto's eyes widened, he bit his thumb. Summoning jutsu, he said. Poof! A massive smoke could be seen. Hello, Naruto. Do you need my help once again? The voice of Gamaken came out. As he looked to see the Shikaku. I see. You're fighting the Shikaku. I thought that you were Seal, Gamaken said. He is. His container let him take over, Naruto said, hoping that Gamaken wasn't as clumsy as he always claimed to be. I see, said Gamaken. Well, there is a problem, as he pointed. We have to wake up the container. Alright then, Naruto, hold on tight. I am rather clumsy after all. He pulled his Sasamada off his back as he moved. He dodged the attacks and swiped. He tore Shikaku's arm clean off. But the hand broke into sand and then quickly reformed. Gamaken jumped back, dodging the attacks from the raccoon. I am going to try and pin him. And when I do, try and wake up the container. After dodging several wind bullets, he got in close and slammed the weapon in Shikaku's throat. The hook on the weapon allowed him to pick Shikaku up. Quickly! I won't be able to hold him for too long. Naruto jumped as he landed on the weapon and run. Reaching right on top of Shikaku, spikes came up as Naruto leaped, dodging all of them before he rocketed towards Gaara, using wind to enhance his movements. He pulled his fist back and slammed it in Gaara's face. Gaara's eyes snapped open. Shikaku cursed as the whole thing started to break down, causing the both of them to fall. As Naruto landed on Gamaken, it was time for him to go. As he allowed the blonde to jump down before, he poofed away. Gaara had dropped rather roughly on his sand. As he saw Naruto walking towards him, he was crawling away. No! Stay away from me, he said. It's almost unbearable, is it? Said Naruto. Gaara gazed narrowed at that. The feeling of being all alone. As Gaara backed up against a tree. I know that feeling. I've been there. Feeling alone in a dark place, without anyone to help you. But now there are others. Other people that mean the world to me. I care about them than myself. And I won't let anyone hurt those people of mine, because they're too precious to me. That's why I refuse to give up. Even if it means killing you, I will do it. To protect my precious people. But why? Said Gaara. Why would you do that for anyone but yourself? Because, Gaara, they were the ones that saved me from myself. They saved me from my loneliness. They were the only ones to accept me for who I really am. They're my friends. As Naruto placed a sword on his back. We're the same, Gaara, he said. I see it in your eyes. Right now you're alone, but you can be saved just as I was saved. As Naruto extended his hand. I'll be your friend, he said. I won't take away your existence. I'll help validate your existence. Gaara was speechless, as he had stopped trying to get away. You would be my friend? Not only me, your brother and sister as well, said Naruto. As he pointed behind Gaara, Gaara turned. The two of them were shocked that someone could take down their brother and still be standing. Gaara looked towards them, and they did not look away, they were looking at him. He was confused. After all I'd done, would you really be my friends? He asked them. Tamar was the first to respond. Her voice was soft and kind. Gaara, you're a little brother. Of course you'll be your friend. We're family, and we love you. Kankuro simply smiled and nodded. Gaara crawled towards his family as they helped him up, as he couldn't believe that this was happening. Uzumaki Naruto, he said, for saving me. Go to your Kage. The Sun and Sand are planning to invade. Hearing that, Naruto sprinted off, channeling the Kyuubi's chakra. In a second, Jiraiya and Genma blinked as Naruto appeared in front of them, as he rushed with immense speed. Congratulations on winning the match, kid, said Genma. No time! Perfect Sage, Gaara said that the Sun and Sand are planning to invade Konoha. As Naruto rushed past them, when he suddenly came to an abrupt stop and crashed on the ground. What the hell? Kid, stop channeling my chakra. Your body's breaking down. Naruto, are you alright? Said Jiraiya as he jumped down. Yeah, go tell the old man about the invasion. I'll be fine, said Naruto as he fell unconscious. But he was captured by a wooden beam that held him up. As Jiraiya turned to see Tenzo with the Sand siblings, I will keep Naruto safe. These three have confirmed that the Sun and Sand are planning to invade, and they're asking for asylum until it is over. Jiraiya nodded okay. Take Naruto back to his parents' house. Bring these two with you. Me and Genma and Tamar will be heading towards the stadium. If they don't invade, her match is next anyway. Time skip. Naruto rolled out of bed as he dropped on the ground. He looked around his room. He couldn't remember the last time his room was this clean. Wait, what is this? As he felt the red carpeting. Wait, I don't have red carpeting. Hey, Kurama, where am I? Said Naruto. And why do I feel so sore? You were using too much of my chakra. Your muscles could not handle the infusion of chakra that you were pumping through them, so they start to break down. Thankfully, you're already healing, so the most you should probably feel right now is the after effects of a long workout. That's good, said Naruto. Does that mean I'll be faster and stronger? No. Actually, for now, you'll be a bit slower and weaker. Your muscles were breaking down after all. So until you're back to 100%, you won't be at your max. Well shit, said Naruto as he glanced around, looking at the room that he was in. Don't worry, kid. This is the first time that you've used my chakra for so long, but your body's already adapting to the strain. Soon, you won't feel any ill effects when using my chakra at all. Thanks, said Naruto. Go ahead and get some rest, he said. As he looked around the room, the place feels so familiar, and yet he's never been here before. As he moved towards the dresser when he saw 3 photos. One was a red-headed woman who looked to be in her early 20s. The other photo seemed to be her as well when she was much younger, around his age, with another, older red-headed woman. The woman was really old, with a diamond in her forehead, and the other one was Sarutobi, and it said red-headed child, around his age. Sarutobi was smiling at the camera. The redhead was pointing towards her headband. Naruto froze as he saw the black leaf symbol. He reached up. Mom? This is my mom, he said. This is my mom's room? As he looked around, he held onto the photo as tears started to gather in the corner of his eyes. As he stepped out and walked. Walking the hallway, he came across a bathroom. A living room, the next room he came across. It caused him to cry. The walls were painted blue. A small crib to the side. And there was also a small chest with toys inside of it. This was supposed to be my room. Tears in his eyes, he started wiping them away. As he blinked them away, she loved me. As he sat down right beside the crib. That was how Jiraiya found him. A few hours later. I see you found your room. Like it, kid? Naruto jumped in surprise, as he had completely shut himself down just sitting here. She loved me, Perfect Sage. I had a home, said Naruto. No, I have a home, he said. Of course. Your mother loved you with all of your heart. So did your father. I still remember him bumbling around as he tried to put that crib together. Smartest man I ever known. But he couldn't put that thing together to save his life. Wait, you know who my dad is? Who is he? Said Naruto. I know your father better than anyone. Well, other than your mother. Those two were a special pair. I'll tell you more when we get back. I can see that you're still not up to 100%. You have a meeting with Sensei in 10 minutes. Come on, he says. He led Naruto outside. as Naruto saw the outside of a small home, so cozy and sweet. They had lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment before they moved in here after they found out that they were gonna have you. He said that his apartment wouldn't be safe for a baby. Hell, I'm surprised that you lasted that long in that dump. Wait, my apartment was? That's correct, kid. Your dad lived there from when he was a kid until he made Chunin. And sometime after that, though he cleaned the place out when they moved here. Now come on, we have to be there soon, and I don't want to be too late. Time skip. Unknown location. So this kid can already use the beast chakra. A rather tall man said, as his skin was blue. Yes. To estimate his skills, Zetsu reported that he's at least Jonin level when he tapped into the beast's power. The shorter one walking beside him said, well, that's perfect. I mean, you're way faster than that, and I'm way stronger than that. The tall man said, he won't be a problem at all, especially when I shave his legs off, said Kisame with a toothy grin. Do not underestimate him, Kisame. He defeated the one-tailed Jinjulke with only a modern amount of difficulty. He also seemed to have taken after your old teammate. He now declared himself as the demon of the hidden leaf. Who cares? I'm the best water user there is, and there's no way the kid is better with a sword than me. Even if he was, the only blade that can handle Samehata is the head cleaver blade. A sword the nine-tailed Jinjulke wield, along with the power of the nine tails, the hidden mixed jutsu, and possibly chakra nature enhancements as well, stated Itachi. There were ways for him to get around the hidden mixed jutsu, but it did involve him setting up the battlefield. As the Sharingan is a powerful tool, but the hidden mixed jutsu had chakra in it, and if Naruto was able to use it perfectly, well, it would affect his eyes, but that determined how skilled that he's gotten. Well, now you're just getting me excited. Hopefully it's as good as you say. I wouldn't want to be that disappointed. Time skip. Hokage's office. Hiruzen Sarutobi sat behind his desk, working on a massive load of paperwork that appeared on his desk since the invasion that the Sand and Sound foolishly tried. At the end of the battle, less than 15 Konoha shinobi lost their life, though 100 of Sand and Sound's ninjas were killed, including the foolish 4th Kazekage, who thought that it was prompt to attack him because the Hokage had gotten weak and he was past his prime. The fight was short though. Sarutobi had used Enman crushed his skull, ending the man's career and his life in the process. Now Kakashi, Asuma, Guy, Kurenai, Shikamaru, Sakura, Sasuke, they were standing in front of him. Sasuke's arm was still in a cast after what Gaara did to it. Good. Now when Naruto and Jiraiya get here, we can begin. Already here, Sensei, as everyone turned to see Jiraiya outside the window. Jiraiya, how many times have I told you to use the door? And where is Naruto? As he did not sense a ball of fire energy that was always in his office. Come on, old man. If you can't sense a simple genin, I think it's time you hand over that hat. They turned their gaze towards the opposite window and saw the blonde standing there. Oh, I think I have a few years left in the tank, after all. I just defeated a fellow Kage in combat. Now if you two would be so kind to enter the room. In the inside though, Hiruzen was a bit shocked. Jiraiya could understand, but has Naruto been there the entire time? To have come so far in just a month was just beyond impressive. As Naruto limped his way into the room, his body was still feeling stiff after overusing the Kyuubi's chakra, as he stood away from Team 7 using the massive frame of Jiraiya to block them out. I don't want to be anywhere near them when they find out I was taking off the team a month ago. Alright, now that everyone is here, I have some announcement to make. First off will Shino Aburami and Shikamaru Nara step forward. Both of them step forward. Their face, well, relatively blank, given the fact that you could not really see much of Shino's face. But it was just the Aburami way of style. And Shikamaru because he just didn't want to be here. He just wanted to be somewhere else watching the clouds. Or perhaps sleeping, due to your performance in the exams. And the effort you put in during the invasion. I hereby promote you two to the level of Chunin, he said. Sasuke was about to say something, but Kakashi gave him a little squeeze on his arm for him to be quiet. As Hiruzen shook the boys' hands, congratulating them as he gave them their new vests. Now on to our second promotion of the day. Naruto Uzumaki, I hereby promote you to Special Jonin. From what I've seen, your speed, strength, ninjutsu are all Jonin level within tactics, Not to mention being able to perform more than one nature transformation, along with your stealth and tactics that you use in your fight, have shown that you deserve the rank of Special Jonin. I would promote you straight to Jonin, but you are lacking certain things, such as the experience and the mission record, said Naruto with a smile on his face. But Sasuke couldn't take this. Why is it dope being promoted? And to a Jonin no less. He had seen the blonde idiot defeat the Hyuga, but the Hyuga was weak. Well, Sasuke, after you fell to Gaara when you dislocated joints in your arm, Naruto defeated him. Naruto was the one that found out about the invasion, not to mention, took out one of their biggest trump card, that being Gaara using Shikaku to threaten this village. On top of that, since you weren't listening to what I just said, he had shown Jonin level skill in water manipulation. Same for his wind manipulation, his stealth and tactics, his speed, stamina, and to be able to summon onto the 3 big toads to aid him in battle, said Sarutobi as he locked eyes with the Uchiha. Lord Hokage, though I agree with this promotion, I must ask, what will happen to my team now that Naruto has special Jonin duties? Asked Kakashi as he felt ashamed as he saw Naruto looking over his new Jonin vest, because he knew that he never helped the blonde reach that in any way possible. As seeing Naruto like that with that Jonin vest, it reminded him so much of his past sensei. I'm glad you asked, because Naruto has been removed from Team 7 before the finals of the Chunin exams. After several complaints into your teaching, I determined that Naruto was better off by himself. It will be determined later as to where he will be resigned. Sarutobi will find a strange enjoyment to everyone look on their faces except for Naruto and Jiraiya, who already knew about this. Sakura was shocked, but if Naruto is not on the team, what will we do? I'm glad you asked. Team 7 will be backing up other Genins on their C-rank missions outside the village, and will be filling in for the clan heirs when they have other respective clan duties. Other than that, Team 7 is now on reserves. Now I must ask you to leave. Jiraiya and I have some business to attend to. Kakashi, you stay. You and I have a lot to talk about as well. As Jiraiya patted Naruto in the head, I'll meet you back at the house, kid. Oh, you might want to check the basement. There's some material down there on ceiling. As they left the room, Sasuke was visibly angry at the very thought that the dope was stronger than him. Sakura for once was not following Sasuke, as her mind was reevaluating everything that she did bad to Naruto in her head, knowing that he was no longer going to be on Team 7. Would she even see him again, she thought to herself. As Kurama and Asuma were thinking about their team, their evaluation strength, a member of each of their team got promoted. Alright, see you soon, Purvis H. Hey old man, you know where Danzo is, said Naruto. I believe that he's helped rebuilding the south wall, but perhaps by now he's probably passed out from chakra exhaustion, Hiruzen said, as Naruto jumped through the window and made his way off. Once they were gone, Sensei, I'm telling him tonight that his father is Minato. I'm going to be taking him with me for a while. You are his master now, Jiraiya, and know that he's granted Jonin level clearance. He can leave with you whenever he wants. Now, Kakashi, I already know that you taught them bare minimum. Tell me in your own words why you did that, and I might let you continue teaching the other two. Time skip. South Wall. Man, Kurama, how much longer can I wait until I can use your chakra without it hurting this bad? Probably about a week. As long as you don't go over 5%, you should be fine. As Naruto was snapping his thoughts when someone spoke. Oh hey there, Naruto. Congratulations on your promotion to Chunin. You're one of us now, buddy. Izumo. That's a... Wait. No, it can't be, Izumo said. Is that a Jonin vest? As he looked at Naruto. Oh, that is quite simple. He was promoted to Special Jonin. As Danzo came walking up, both men were shocked to their core, as they couldn't believe it. They were just Chunins, and Naruto's a Special Jonin? Hey Danzo, I was looking for you, said Naruto. Follow me, Naruto, there are some people I want you to meet. Katetsu and Izumo watches Naruto leave off. He even had that sword from the Hidden Mists. How do you think he got it? I don't know half of the shit that kid does, but he's already Special Jonin, and here we are, Chunins. Time skip. Konoha Flower Shop. Ino came to see Sakura enter her store, and she didn't look too happy. Sakura, what's wrong? I'm such a horrible person, Sakura said. Ino was about to retort, as Sakura looked up. Shikamaru, Shino, and Naruto all got promoted. But that's good. Why do you look like you're about to cry? Naruto isn't a part of Team 7 anymore. He hasn't been for the past month. What? Why? Said Ino. Wondering why Naruto would be transferred. I don't know. Something about him complaining and requesting to leave. Stated Sakura. What? What complaints could there be? Asked Ino. I don't know. After the wave mission, I started to be nice to Naruto since he basically saved mine and Sasuke's life. But it seems he grew more and more distant to us until the Chunin exams. Then at some point during the month break, he was removed from the team. And now he's a Jonin. Wait, what? He's a Jonin now? Seriously? Sort of. Hokage-sama called him a special Jonin. Something about not being skilled enough to be actual Jonin, but a lot stronger than a normal Chunin. Stated Sakura. But it doesn't matter anyway. Now, without Naruto. Wait, is your team being disbanded? Ino asked. No, we're getting a new member next graduation class. Until then, we're on reserve. But I don't know if we can even be a team anymore. With Naruto gone, there's no one there to hold the team together. And if that wasn't bad enough, he hates me now, she said, as she started to actually cry. He doesn't hate you. Naruto is too nice of a person to hate anyone. Let alone you of all people, Ino said. You weren't there, Ino. He stood as far away from me as possible. And when he glanced towards me, I could literally see the hate in his eyes. Ino frowned. Why that little... Don't worry, Sakura. My shift is over. And we're closing for the day. I'm gonna go and talk to Naruto and straighten all of this out. This must be some big misunderstanding. Now go and get some rest. Stressing yourself out is not gonna help anyone. Thanks, Ino, said Sakura. I doubt that he could ever hate you, Sakura. And I'm gonna prove it, Ino said. Meanwhile, Hokage's office. So you refuse to teach them anything of value until their teamwork improved. Took a C rank thinking that they would improve. And then when you found out that they were out of their league, you pushed on anyway. To make matters worse, you come away from the C turn to A rank most unharmed. And you believe that you were ready to take the Chunin exams. You forsake Naruto and sticking with a teacher that you know is publicly against him. Train Sasuke in a stolen taijutsu style. And then you teach him an A rank assassination jutsu. Do I have all of that correct? Sir Toby asks. His tone was dangerously cold. Sir, I only taught Sasuke that move so that he could defeat Gaara. Bullshit. There were 100 ways you could have taught him to defeat that brat. Genjutsu, water jutsus. Hell, you could have even taught him that eye trick that you figure out. You were playing favorites. You wanted Sasuke to win the finals. What better way than to teach him a jutsu that many Jenny could not use properly? And make it so that he can either face a stun, close range fighter, or weak against his own teammates. That's not true, said Kakashi, after Jiraiya spoke. I never thought that Naruto would be able to beat Neji in the first place. He was hiding his strength. How was I supposed to know that he was Chunin level? That just pissed Jiraiya off even more. How were you supposed to know? You're his teacher, damn it. You disappoint me, Kakashi. Even if Naruto was weak, it's your job to make him stronger. If you had done nothing and just turned him loose to a shitty instructor, I would agree that you did something right. But you gave him to a man that hated him. And you also decided to teach your favorite student your best ninjutsu. You're playing favorite, said Jiraiya. He got up and moved towards the window. But just so you know, he's my student now. It's up to him if you can even still talk to him. By the way, if you ever teach that Uchiha any of Minato's jutsu, I will kill you and that Uchiha, said Jiraiya as he made his way through the window. Meanwhile, with Sasuke, Sasuke slammed his fist into the bark of a tree. Damn that dope. I need that power. How was he able to increase himself in just 1 month? And when the hell did he gain Zabuza's sword? I know that we left that in wave. He also knows all those jutsus he did not before. And I can't copy them. Every time I try to use one of them, I end up losing control of the jutsu. Sasuke thought in frustration. He created a Chidori as he shoved it right through the tree. I'm gonna kill that dope. And then I'm gonna go to Orochimaru. This village is just holding me back. They're all holding me back. If the dope can improve that much under Asani, then Orochimaru will make me much stronger. Then I'll have the power to kill Itachi. Danzo can take that offer and shove it. I don't need this offer. I'll go to Orochimaru, Sasuke thought. Meanwhile, Orochimaru was furious. Once the Jinchuriki was taken down, and the Jinchuriki had been the one to inform on the plan, he decided to cut his losses. And he didn't take part in the invasion, but he allowed his shinobis to fight. And the losses were severe. His numbers were cut down. It was a good thing that he didn't take part. Jiraiya was there. And not to mention everyone was aware of the invasion, so it would not be that surprising. and that Uzumaki brat got in his way. He took down the One Tail so easily. If he learned how to control that power, he needs to be taken down. If he's anything like his father, he will be a massive thorn in my side. When the Sound 4 goes to get Sasuke, I'll have them kill him. Time skip. Naruto has just gotten home from meeting a sword couple, Yujeo and Hayate. As it turns out that Hayate, the one that gave them the instruction in the preliminaries, was a fearsome Kinjutsu expert in the village. Judging that the man was always coughing, Naruto thought that the man was just a sickly, weak man, but yet, well, looks can be deceiving. After Tenzo informed that the two would be helping him with the Kinjutsu in their off time, Naruto was ecstatic, but something else was on his mind. Pervy Sage says something about a training trip. If he wasn't here, how could he learn about his blade? At the moment though, he was in the basement as he looked at the seal. Whoever made this was a genius. The basement was a small office library that was, well, basically sunlight was in here. Because of the seals that were set up, Naruto never thought something like that was even possible. There was a small corner that was dedicated to taijutsu training. There was only one dummy there. It wasn't that big. As Naruto saw Blood Seal, he smiled. I bet mom store all kind of great stuff in here, he thought to himself. As he bit his finger and smeared it over the seal, he was her blood after all. Nothing happened until the back wall started to cave in, revealing a whole nother section. What Naruto saw truly startled him. But that's no way. That means my dad is, meanwhile, with Danzo. Danzo was sitting quietly until an envoy arrived in front of him. What have you found? Danzo said. Sir, the Hokage is not inspecting you in this invasion. But Master Jiraiya has informed the Hokage that he wished to take the Kyuubi Jinchuriki with him when he leaves the village again. What of the Uchiha? Danzo asks. He has been training. He is very adapted with the Hatake Shidori. We have witnessed Kabuto of the Sound spying on him. So the child refused to take my offer. Distract Kabuto and seal off Sasuke memories of me. I don't want Orochimaru finding out about this. And there's another thing. I will call a meeting with Hatake, Hiruzen, and Jiraiya. And it will be your job to capture the Kyuubi Jinchuriki and bring him here. As the man nodded, dismiss. Naruto was shocked as he stood in the room of his father, as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. The fourth Hokage was his father. As he saw the three-pronged kunai, his most famed weapon. There was a massive red scroll with two smaller scrolls on the side and a sword on the top. The room itself was large, as Naruto had no idea where the hell did this go, because he was definitely not outside. No way, said Naruto. My dad is real the fourth Hokage. As Naruto stepped forward and saw the gravity seal, he would have to thank Jiraiya once again for telling him all about the seal and concepts, because if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have known what the hell these things were. He created a clone. Seeing the seal on the wall, it looked rather standard to activate as he placed hand on it. The clone then walked forward, as he started to walk until his movement started to slow down, until the full weight crushed it, as it poofed away. Naruto was shocked. The gravity seal was intense. It's like the gravity seal Tenzo told me about, but the whole area is a gravity seal. No wonder he was so fast. As Naruto stepped forward, no, you're in no shape to enter that seal array. As you saw from what it did to your clone, you're not ready for something like that. You will just end up getting worse hurt than you are right now. Fine, said Naruto. Wait to ruin my fun. As he decided to check out the other things that were here. As he picked up the small blue scroll, maybe this was one of Dad's, he thought to himself. Meanwhile, at Kiri, well, I'll be damned, said Ayo. Mei-sama, you were correct in letting that boy keep Zabuza's sword. It seems he's already made a name for himself. Really? How so? Said Mei. As she was surprised, as she thought about the young blonde recently. He got her interest peaked. His sheer determination, everything about him. It got her quite curious. It is said that he defeated the Hyuga Prodigy, and also the one-tailed Jinchuriki by using a mixture of silent killing, mind games, and from the coat, the densest, hidden jutsu that our informant has ever seen before. It's said that he also summoned a giant toad when the one-tailed Jinchuriki transformed into the Shikaku. It's said that it was not Gamabunta, but it was also equal in height. I doubt that is all possible, Ayo said. He is just a mere child. Even Itachi Uchiha and Kakashi Hatake was not skilled at that age. Don't doubt him, Ayo, before I even gave him the scroll. He was already rather fast and strong as well. There's no telling what that boy will accomplish within years to come. Well, perhaps we should recruit him to join us then. Joke Ayo. As Mei thought about it though. That's not a bad idea, she thought. Time skip, Konoha to room. Why are we here? And where are those idiot civilians? Said Tatsumi Inazaka. Danzo has called this meeting, said Sarutobi, as he didn't really want to give anything away, because he was sure that this was about Naruto promotion and Sasuke lack thereof. So why don't you fill us in, old man? What could be so important that you call a fully militarized council meeting? Jiraiya asks. Danzo frowned. Jiraiya always treat him with disrespect. It has come to my attention that the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, not only can he use the beast chakra, but he's been promoted to special Chunin, and he's been removed from T7 and placed under your care to be your apprentice, he said. Why wasn't the council informed? Danzo asks. Who cares? The kid beat a Jinchuriki all by himself. Fully transformed, he is able to perform some of the high level mist jutsus, and he wielded one of their legendary blades. My only question is, why was he made Jonin? And I fail to see why. A council meeting was called for this. Questioned Shikaku. His head did not move from the table as he was just speaking, but his head was still down, as he was finding this also troublesome. The council members agree with him, as the elders didn't seem to agree though, with his lazy compliment. The council has been called because the boy possesses an imminent threat to the village. If he can use the chakra of the beast, then he can be influenced by it. If he can be influenced by it, then he can lose control of the beast. Or worse, release it, said Danzo. He's not being influenced by the beast. That seal is as strong as the day my former student put it on. I checked this morning. Plus as well that everyone has already been informed of his advancement to Jonin status, and the promotion of Shikamaru Nara and Shinoburame as well. The only reason why we're all here is because they're trying to make a play to gain control of him. Danzo was about to retort until a massive explosion sounded from the village, as everyone quickly shot out. Damn it, Danzo thought, and then moving so fast to get there. When Sarutobi and Jiraiya arrived, being the first to arrive on the scene, they found Naruto covered in blood. He was unconscious on the ground. There was a clear path of destruction that stretched out from the trees. The trees were vaporized. There were 5 bodies around him, 2 of them missing a head, 1 of them missing a leg, and Naruto's sword had been firmly planted through him. The rest of them in bad or even worse shape. They were all dead. Jiraiya rushed over as he checked Naruto's vitals. He breathed a sigh of relief when they were normal. It looked like none of his blood is his, but I'll take him to the hospital to be sure. Anvu, said Sarutobi, as 4 Anvus appear on the old man. Seal the village and no one enter this immediate area. I want the bodies taken to Inuichi and Ibiki. This area must be searched for any wounded that can answer our questions. This attack on Naruto's life can't be a coincidence after Chunin exams. And I want to know who is responsible. Move! Time skip. At the hospital, Naruto leaped out of the bed. As he was already on his feet, raising his hand to Naruto, calm down. You're safe. The voice of Tenzo came. As Naruto looked around, as he saw there was a young lady beside him, a nurse. She seemed to have been checking him over. Tenzo was standing there with his mask on. He noticed the woman's face was red, and she was trying to look away from him. As he then looked down, realizing that, upon his jump up, he had actually stepped on his gown, and it had, well, got loose from his body, so he was now naked. Your vitals are normal, but your chakra network is strained heavily. Also your muscles as well. As she still had a small blush on her face, as she was the one to examine him, as she didn't actually believe that he was 12 years old. After seeing his body, also your throat is very raw, so you shouldn't be speaking very loudly. I don't know what caused all these injuries, but you're lucky to be up this soon. How long can I leave? Said Naruto. His voice was hoarse. You're going to be stuck in here for a while until you recover, Naruto-kan, said. I'll make sure to come and check up on you. As she gave him a smile. As she then left the room, as Naruto placed on his gown. She talked to him kind of weird. Where's the old man in Purvis age? Said Naruto. I need to tell him something. For now, get some rest, Naruto. They will be by very shortly. It seems like most of the influence in the village was changing, Tenzo thought to himself. Not to mention that young nurse was quite a looker. No, Tenzo. What am I thinking? I need to stop being around Jiraiya-sama so much. With Danzo. Explain, Danzo commanded in a dangerous tone as he looked down towards one of his root ninjas. His left arm was cut off straight down to the stub. He isn't human. We had him surrounded when he moved faster than any of us could anticipate. The last thing I remember was the order of the captain giving out to retreat because of too much noise. And I lose my arm, and then the captain head being severed from his body. Is there any way that he can be traced back to us? Asked Danzo. No, Captain made sure we did everything as Code 6 once we arrived. Good, once you're healed, report to the genetic lab and see what they can do. As Danzo walked away, as he couldn't believe that his lower level ninjas were so easily defeated, and not to mention a captain. The brat was becoming stronger and stronger. I'm gonna have to see that report once it's filed, and make sure there's nothing linking me back to it. Back at the hospital. Are you alright, Naruto? Here's an axe. Yeah, I'm fine, said Naruto's voice, returning a bit back to normal. Who were those people that tried to abduct me though, he asked. What do you mean abduct you? Actually, just tell us the whole story. Well, said Naruto. Flashback. Naruto Uzumaki. You are to come with us. As Naruto looked towards the blank masked ninja. As he glanced around, there was more of them. I don't know who you people are, but I'm not going anywhere with you. As Naruto flashed through one-handed seals. Hidden Mist Jutsu, he said, as the place was swallowed. Former Permitter, keep your head up. He can strike from anywhere, the captain shouted out, especially behind you. A few of the members froze up as Naruto appeared behind them. The unlucky two that didn't move fast enough were chopped in half. One of them pulled a kunai and launched towards the blonde. Naruto slammed the blade into it, shattering the kunai as he moved, and sliced the man's leg clean off. The man cried as he dropped down as Naruto took his head off as well. As the rest of them came down on the blonde as he swung the blade in a wide arc, forced him to jump back. He wasn't even using the Kyuubi's chakra. As all of them jumped back, I need a long-range attack, Kurama, he said. Focus my chakra in your throat. As Naruto focused the chakra, now release it. As Naruto roared, a massive explosion followed as bodies were thrown, the place was ripped apart. As Naruto saw the captain get up, he threw his blade. It teared right through the man's chest as he collapsed. Naruto rushed over as he sliced, pulling out his blade. The other one tried to block, but Naruto took his arm off as the man jumped away, gripping his stump. As Naruto felt his body getting weaker, the man jumped away. A good thing though, because as he did, Naruto collapsed face first, as he was stressing his body out too much. End of flashback. At first when you said that they want to abduct you, I figured that this was a Kumo event like in the past. But this has Danzo written all over it. The timing of the meeting that we were just in is too perfect to think otherwise. Kid, as soon as you're healed up, we're gonna leave. It's time to start your true training trip. Very well. I will have Tenzo start an investigation even if this was not Danzo. It's a wake up call. Here's said. But guys, if you subscribe right here, if you want the next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notifications they posted, but I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace.